Hey everyone, so there's a lot to digest with the series finale of Star Wars Rebels. I can't process everything in this one video, so I'll have plenty of content to come throughout this week on the finale. But today I wanted to give you my thoughts on where Rebels left us in those final moments with Ezra and Thrawn. Obviously, spoilers ahead for those who have not seen the finale. The last scene in the timeline before the Battle of Yavin, Ezra and Thrawn are on board the Chimera as the Purrgils make the jump into hyperspace. Obviously, you question whether Ezra and Thrawn could survive such a jump to the vacuum of space, but there is no way, given all the storylines and hanging threads that Rebels leaves out there for the future, that Ezra instantly died. We also know Jedi can survive in space. Hashtag Mary Poppins Leia.
I'll say this much, they're not dead. Both of them survive it. Both Ezra and Thrawn, I would say, survive it.
But let's go back to the Bendu's predictions on Thrawn.
I see your defeat, like many arms surrounding you in a cold embrace.
This sounds exactly like what happens in the finale, doesn't it? Pretty chilling. And that prophecy was just his Imperial defeat on Lothal and the end of his work with the Empire. At this point, Ezra is somewhat injured, taking a blaster bolt to his back shoulder. He has no lightsaber. And then there's Thrawn. He isn't a pure Imperial loyalist, if you recall. His loyalty is to the Chiss, ultimately his own people. He was seeking the Empire as an ally to the threat in the unknown regions. My prediction is that they both are alive and they both stick together for some time. Alright, let's jump a little bit. Ahsoka and Sabine post-Battle of Endor are looking for Ezra. So did it take Ahsoka all those years to make it to Lothal from Malachor? Looking at her outfit, she's definitely had some stops along the way, looking like Gandalf the White. It's possible she's been gaining training from the daughter to unlock new ways of the light side of the Force. I also secretly hope that staff turns into a lightsaber. But anyways, it's also questions, did she hook up with Luke Skywalker at this point to teach him these new ways about the Force, to help him with the temples? We just don't know. Please, I need a Marvel comic series or something on Ahsoka. Another book, just give me more Ahsoka. So where are Ahsoka and Sabine to look for Ezra? My gut says it has to be a place on the Outer Rim, like a Hoth or Dagobah or Octu. Just way out there and obscure with little chances of finding a ship or little civilizations, making it hard to get off world. Or is it possible they were transported to the unknown regions, to perhaps Chiss-controlled space? Ezra learns that Thrawn really doesn't despise him, but is just trying to protect his people. So will Thrawn and Ezra team up? Pretty unlikely that since Thrawn just murdered a bunch of people on Lothal, but you know, totally not out of the question, as enemies sometimes become friends to fight their true enemy. Okay, so how crazy would it be that the Chiss fleet comes out of hyperspace with Ezra Bridger and Thrawn in command in Episode 9 of Star Wars to aid the Resistance and rid the First Order from the galaxy? That would be nuts. An Ezra and Kylo Ren showdown? That would be pretty crazy and totally not out of the question if Snoke and his following was part of the dangers of the unknown regions that the Chiss were worried about, so they would be here to save the day and their reasoning would somewhat make sense. But Thrawn at his best is a villain, and if he is still alive, they shouldn't flip him to the good side like they did with Iden Versio so quickly in Battlefront 2. It kind of spoiled it. I really enjoy Thrawn as an adversary and secretly hope he actually splits off in the landing with Ezra and they have two separate stories of making it back to their homes respectively. So my prediction is that they will stay together, but I secretly hope inside that they do separate, because I just don't want Thrawn flipping just to be best buds with Ezra or anything like that. So here Ezra would connect eventually with Ahsoka and Thrawn would connect with the Chiss, setting up new stories for the unknown regions besides that of the First Order that we know today. Rebels has been an amazing goodbye, and it offers many new storylines to take us on in the future. All in all, I was a bit mind blown with how it all ended, especially in the last 30 minutes and wrap up, and I'm honestly sad to see it go, as Season 4 has some of the best Rebel episodes, especially these last few. Thanks for watching this episode of Star Wars Lore. Be sure to subscribe to the channel to catch up more of my thoughts on the Star Wars Rebels season finale and much, much more. See you all on the next episode.